coming up on BG24 News.
Big changes coming for Falcon football. Find out who will be off the sidelines for the upcoming bowl game.
Faculty poured into the Union Friday to protest faculty cuts. We have President Mary Ellen Mazzey's response.
Wood County Sheriff's Office will soon have some more eyes. Find out what they are doing to catch more crime.
Plus, temperatures have dropped to the teens. We have your cold Black Swamp weather forecast. Welcome to your campus and community connection.
Wood County's live local news starts right now. This is BG24 News, live at 5:30.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Madeline Fenning.
And I'm Dominique Hicks. Thanks for joining us tonight. We are following two big campus stories tonight.
That's right. We'll start with the future of Falcon football. BG24 Sports' Adam King joins us with news about Coach Dave Clawson. Adam?
Thanks, ladies. Today, Bowling Green head coach Dave Clawson agreed to the head coaching position at Wake Forest University. All this comes after the Falcons' first MAC championship win in 21 years. Athletic director Chris Kingston appointed Adam Shire as interim head coach. Shire is in his 5th season with the Falcons and was previously serving as the special teams coordinator. He says he is humbled with the opportunity to coach this team.
It's something that I know I'm ready for, something I've prepared my whole career for, and I'm excited to take on this challenge.
Shire says he hopes his head coach position may turn into a permanent one. We'll have more on the football team's win last weekend and the upcoming bowl game during BG24 sports coverage. Back to you, Dominique and Madeline.
Thanks, Adam. In other campus news, the university's decision to cut 40 faculty members sparked the protest on Friday.
That's right. BG24's Jonathan Kyaholtz is live in the newsroom to explain the faculty's response. Jonathan?
Thanks, Madeline and Dominique. Yeah, every 2 to 3 months, members of the BGSU Board of Trustees meet in the Bowen-Thompson Student Union. And on Friday's meeting, members of the Faculty Association and their supporters were there holding a silent protest.
Though they sat in silence, their message was heard: stop the cuts. Recently terminated faculty members and their supporters held these signs at the Board of Trustees meeting on Friday. They were protesting the administration's decision to cut 30 faculty members with one-year contracts, as well as 12 additional faculty members. Professor Jim Evans says the cuts will limit BGSU's curriculum.
There's simply going to be some subject areas that are no longer offered because of this loss.
BGSU President Mary Ellen Mazzey says the administration had to make tough decisions.
In this day and time, college affordability is absolutely our #1 priority here at BGSU. And in terms of the difficult decisions we're going to have to make.
I don't buy this argument at all. They like to present themselves to the public as very fiscally astute and well-managed in all this, and yet when it comes to paying for faculty, somehow everything falls apart.
Students and community members passed around these petitions asking President Mary Ellen Mazzey to stop the faculty cuts.
One BGSU student says she's heartbroken for those cuts.
The school is known for education. I think it's absolutely ridiculous they're cutting 11% of their faculty members when they're making future teachers. Like, this doesn't inspire hope.
The BGSU administration is blaming the terminations on budget cuts from the state, as well as a smaller freshman class.
Yeah, the BGSU Faculty Association says it's difficult to know exactly how many faculty members will be cut. That's because things are always changing on the federal level, the state level, as well as the university level. However, they say if you take into account the number of faculty cut last semester, which was about 70, with the 40 that are impending cuts, they say they're looking at a net loss of about 110 faculty members. Now, they say those cuts could be stopped, and President Mazzey has until May to do so. However, she tells us she's not really thinking of making any decision otherwise. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Jonathan Kyaholtz.
Thanks, Jonathan. The firm hired to evaluate BGSU's operations will present its findings tomorrow. Campus and community members are invited to the presentation tomorrow morning at 11:30 in the Union Ballroom. Accenture was hired this fall to look into cutting costs. This is part of the university's effort to reduce spending. We'll bring you full coverage of that presentation on Thursday.
And Wood County Police are in the process of enhancing security footage. They want cameras on officers. The Sheriff's Office says small cameras attached to officers' uniforms would provide better visual evidence. These cameras would be beneficial to both officers and citizens. Sheriff Mark Vasashalin says the cameras also help monitor the officers' behavior.
If someone accuses the deputy of doing something wrong or says that the deputy said something or didn't say something, we'll be able to play that back and see exactly what happened.
Now, the installation process will take a while, but the police department says the cameras will improve their services.
Last month, Wood County held its general election. There were less voters this year, but BG24's Megan Gallagher says that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Wood County saw a lower turnout at the voting polls this year. The line of people that usually walk through these doors was shorter. The general election saw a 26% turnout. This is about a 5% difference than other years' elections. Wood County Board of Elections Director Terry Burton says this was due to a number of factors.
Issues that are on the ballot, local candidates, typically turnout, particularly on campus, is always lower. It's lower overall through the entire voting population. Not as much interest, not much publicity.
The most controversial topic was fracking. This amendment was ultimately rejected. A woman from out of town says no matter the topic, elections are the only way to have your voice heard.
And my kids, even at school, they'll mock and they do it. It's important that they get their voices heard. That's the only way they're going to get heard. So.
The silver lining here is that most odd years see a lower turnout. Burton says the lower numbers around this time is not unusual.
Typically money issues bring voters out in higher numbers, but in an odd numbered year, 30% would be absolutely probably the highest it would generally be.
Anyone with voting questions can go to www.co.wood.oh.us/BOE. Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Megan Gallagher.
The next election is the special election in February. The deadline to register to vote is February 4th. Citizens may register through this website. We will also post the link on our Facebook page.
Well, you know, it's been pretty cold outside, but actually I am ready to see some snow.
I know, me too, for how cold it is. So we're joined with weathercaster Paul Mims for our first look at our Black Swamp weather forecast. Paul, what do we have for this week?
Well, Dominique, your hopes may be fulfilled. We're currently looking at about 25 degrees, but the wind chill makes it feel like it's like 10 degrees outside. Winds are pretty high at 23 miles per hour, and tonight we will get into the teens with 15 degrees. I'll have your full forecast in a bit.
Well, I guess everybody better bundle up. And the Wolf Center was lit up on Friday night.
Coming up, students from different BGSU art programs got to show off their best work. See what was on display.
Plus, an old building is getting a new makeover. Find out what plans the university has for South Hall. We'll be right back. You know, all arts of all kinds were on campus this week, or on display this weekend. Reporter Taylor Guinness says it was all a part of BGSU's 10th annual Arts X.
Students and faculty of the arts from across campus came together to feature their semester's work. The event was spread across 3 buildings on campus. It was hosted by the university's arts programs. The College of Musical Arts, the Department of Theater and Film, and many others contributed to the event. It was a night full of jugglers, performances, and light shows that lit up the night. The art students shared their paintings, sculptures, and musical talents throughout the night. People also lined the sidewalks to see the enormous projector display against the Wolf Center's walls. Some of the students' artwork was sold to benefit the arts program. This was also a chance to see what their fellow peers and teachers could do. Senior art history student Chelsea Nauman says she likes that other students' works were showcased.
I guess just seeing everyone in their own discipline and how they portray it through eyes of a viewer.
Though it was a cold and windy night, hundreds of viewers enjoyed the exhibits. Liz Cope handles the marketing for our arts at BGSU.
Meeting all the people and just watching the wonderment on their faces has been fantastic for me, knowing that our guests are having such a good time here at BGSU.
Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Taylor Guinness.
If you'd like to learn more about Arts X, visit art.bgsu.edu.
South Hall will soon be getting a massive facelift. BGSU's Board of Trustees approved a $24 million project to renovate South Hall. The former home of theater and film will now be the new home for media and communication studies. The 50-year-old building will be completely gutted, and renovations include a completely new interior and brand new radio and television studios. The upgrades will be done by fall of 2015.
The board also decided to spend big bucks on its Firelands campus. The trustees voted to spend $16 million on a construction project. The Huron campus added a nearly 20,000-foot addition to the college. The additions include laboratories. The effort is called the Allied Health and Science Project. It's scheduled to be completed in 2016.
Nelson Mandela's memorial was today in South Africa.
Coming up, people from across the world gathered to honor the life of the heroic figure. Find out what President Barack Obama says world leaders need to do to follow in Mandela's footsteps.
But first, it was a cold one out there today. Paul will have your full Black Swamp weather forecast coming up next.
Live local forecast with BG24 Black Swamp weather.
Hello, I'm Paul Mims, and here's your Black Swamp weather forecast. Currently, we're looking at about 25 degrees, but with that wind chill factor, it feels about 10 degrees. That is a big difference of what it actually is outside and what it feels like. Winds are pretty high at 23 miles per hour from the southwest. And tonight, we're going to have a low of 15 degrees with some partly cloudy skies. Winds will be about the same from 15 to 25 miles per hour from the west-southwest. Tomorrow, we're looking at a high of 25 degrees with some snow showers, so that'll be a good surprise there. Winds coming about the same at 10 to 20 miles per hour from the west-southwest. And tomorrow night, we have a low of 9 degrees, so make sure your thermostats are turned up. It just feels cold just talking about it. Few clouds will be passing by, and the winds will be about the same at 10 to 20 miles per hour from the west-northwest. Here at the regional temperatures, you can see it's pretty much the same as the northwest region of Ohio. Port Clinton is about 28, 25 down in Findlay, 25 Perrysburg and Bowling Green area, 24 over in the east side towards Elyria, so pretty much the same there. And here at our regional radar, you can see there's a system here, snow system that's about the southwest of Michigan, and some specks here that's coming from the west, as you'll see some snow tomorrow and probably through the rest of the week. Here's a bigger picture of it with the national radar. You can see there's some snow systems coming from the west, and you can see that's the weather system was coming from at the southwest of Michigan, and Chicago is showing right about now. That brings us to our 5-day lookout for the rest of the week. As here, we have Wednesday with some snow showers at 25 degrees and a low of 9. Thursday, partly cloudy skies with some sun, high 15, low 15. Friday, we have a high of 30 and a low of 24 with some snow showers once again. Saturday, more snow, high 31, low 16, and Sunday, more snow, high 19 and a low of 6.
Looks like we've got a lot of snow on our hands, so it looks like we're going to have to all be prepared in case we have to stay inside and study for our finals, huh? Thank you so much, Paul. Ohioans can now apply for health insurance through Medicaid. To enroll, applicants should go to benefits.ohio.gov. They'll answer a variety of questions. If eligible, the site will help applicants sign up. State officials say the Medicaid expansion could add nearly 300,000 people to the program. The insurance coverage will begin on January 1st.
3 deer hunters were killed last week. 2 hunters were killed in Coshocton County, and just a day later, 1 more was killed in Gallia County. All incidents were reported to be accidental shootings. These are the first hunting-related deaths in Ohio since 2009.
Tens of thousands of people gathered in South Africa to pay their respects to Nelson Mandela. Former South African president and freedom fighter Mandela died last Thursday at the age of 95. Multiple world leaders spoke at the celebration today honoring Mandela, including President Obama. He challenged many leaders and says that they need to do more than just support Mandela's actions.
There are too many people who happily embrace Madiba's legacy of racial reconciliation, but passionately resist even modest reforms that would challenge chronic poverty and growing inequality.
Mandela's funeral will be held this Sunday in his hometown in South Africa.
And coming up on BG24 Sports.
We already know Coach Clausen is headed for Wake Forest, but what else is happening in the campus and community sports? Adam?
Well, ladies, over the weekend, the Falcon football team and quarterback Matt Johnson upset the Northern Illinois Huskies. When we return, I will tell you all about the new MAC records the Falcons made while they were in Detroit. We'll be right back.
It's un-Falcon believable coverage that you won't get anywhere else. This is BG24 Sports.
Welcome to BG24 Sports. I'm Adam King. Bowling Green traveled to the Motor City Friday night, and fans headed out to cheer on their team. Katie Werke was in the middle of all the pregame fun.
Fans from all around came rolling into Ford Field Friday for the MAC championship matchup between BG and NIU. It would be a showdown between Jordan Lynch and Matt Johnson, and fans were ready for the action.
I'm really excited to see Matt Johnson go out there and face the NIU defense. I'm hoping he has a more than 300-yard game today, comes out with the win.
A good performance by Jordan Lynch. That's the thing I think the whole country's looking for right now.
With a Heisman contender going up against the best defense in the MAC, fans had their keys to the game.
I just think Matt Johnson needs to be consistent with his passing game, and Travis Green needs to be consistent with the running game, and they got a shot.
Well, for our defense to do a good job at holding Bowling Green, because they're a pretty darn good team, and for our offense to be clicking as well.
President Mazie even showed her love for the fan support as well.
I sat with the students, and that support out there is what meant the game. It means so much to the team. I just love it.
It would be a showdown to see. With the stage set, fans and Frida and Freddie were ready to go. For BG24 Sports, I'm Katie Warnke.
BG made a statement against NIU Friday night at Ford Field as the Falcons spoiled the Huskies' chances of playing in a BCS bowl game. Reporter Jackie Elliott was on the field to bring you the highlights.
The stage is set at Ford Field for the MAC Championship Showdown. The Falcons entered the match at 9-3, and Northern Illinois is undefeated at 12-0 in the MAC. Fans came out in all orange to show their support. The BGSU football team had nearly 600 yards of total offense Friday night. Quarterback Matt Johnson threw for 393 yards with 5 scores, setting career best in both categories. Freshman Ronnie Moore had an impact on the game with 145 yards on 4 catches and 2 touchdowns. The Falcon defense had their eye on the prize, holding Jordan Lynch to only 196 yards. Cornerback Aaron Foster had a 37-yard interception run in the second half to seal up the game for the Falcons. BG went on to defeat NIU 47-27 to gain the school's first MAC crown in 21 years. One student is excited that this happened during her first year.
I mean, this is my first year here, and we just won this big championship game. Like, that's really cool.
The celebration isn't over for the Falcons as they head back to Detroit on December 26th for the Little Caesars Pizza Bowl game. Reporting for BG24 Sports, I'm Jackie Elliott.
The Falcons are now 10-3 for the season, making this the first time since 2003 that the Falcons reached double-digit wins. This was also an impressive year for quarterback Matt Johnson. He had a career high with 5 touchdown passes and 393 passing yards. He set a MAC championship game record for most touchdowns thrown, and the 393 passing yards are the 5th most by a quarterback in the MAC championship game. Johnson and the Falcons will play the Pitt Panthers in the Little Caesars Pizza Bowl. The Panthers are 6-6 and are in 6th place of the ACC Coastal Division. The Falcons are hoping to find success in Detroit yet again. Bleacher Report favors the Falcons over Pitt 27-13. This is the 11th bowl game in school history. The last 3 were under coach Dave Clawson. Football wasn't the only hot sports topic of the weekend, though. The Falcons went on the ice Friday as the University of Alabama Huntsville over the weekend. On Friday, goalie Tommy Burke earned his first collegiate shutout victory, stopping 18 of 18 shots on goal. The Falcons put 3 goals on the board from Ben Murphy, Pierre-Luc Mercier, and Ted Pletch, who earned his first goal of the season. The next night, the Chargers were looking for revenge, and that's just what they happened to find. The game went into overtime, and Alabama Huntsville scored with 3 seconds to go in OT, and BG falls to 7-8-3 on the season. The Falcons will hit the road this weekend as they play at Michigan Tech. That's all I have for BG24 Sports. I'm Adam King. We'll be right back.
Contact BG24 News with email, Twitter, or Facebook.
It's that time of the year again. Bell ringers are freezing outside of many stores to raise money for the Salvation Army.
But one bell ringer in Wisconsin has an extra coat of fur to keep her warm. Meet Molly. She's a 3.5-year-old German Shepherd, and she's been ringing the bell for charity for the past 3 years. Molly dresses in pink shades and a Santa jacket with a bell around her neck, and Molly can get almost anyone to donate.
Oh, how cute is that?
I know,
she looks
so cute.
warm.
She would definitely be able to get me to donate.
Oh, absolutely. And it looks like she's going to need that jacket, right, Paul? We're going to be here with Paul now for our last look at weather. So what can we expect?
Well, it's a complete turn of last week with some bitter cold temperatures and snow for the whole week except for Thursday with a glimpse of sun and partly cloudy skies. But other than that, it's going to be really cold. I promise everyone should Bundle up and turn those thermostats up because it's going to be a cold week.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Paul.
That's all for BG24 News tonight for our last Tuesday show of the semester.
But don't worry, you can still check out these stories and more online at bg24news.org.
And on social media at facebook.com/BG24News and twitter.com/BG24News.
Plus, be sure to watch our last news show of the semester on Thursday.
Have a great night, everyone.